Hey everybody, Isaac with Team 4Runner, and we're out here at Destination Outdoor 3rd Annual, Blue Ridge, Georgia. And behind us we have the all-new, fully redesigned 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. I'm gonna first do a little walk around with you, show you some of the features, show you what makes this truck stand out, what makes it better from the last generation, and then I'm gonna get into some of my 3, 4, 5 favorite features and a few things I wish Toyota would have done with this truck. Let's get started. All right, so the big bold, it's like makes a statement, is the whole front end, the new hood, the statement emblems and trim pieces on the hood stand out like none other. So it definitely resembles the new Tundra, right? So in 2022, Toyota released the new Tundra, and shortly after they came out with the Sequoia. The Sequoia took a step back. The grille's not quite as big. It's not quite as bulky. It kind of toned things back, made it more of an SUV look, a little more subtle, but yet the TRD Pro really stands out. So we're just gonna walk around. This is the front end, the TRD Pro, big Toyota grill in your face. You have BBS forged TRD Pro wheels wrapped in all-terrain tires. You have this really cool camo fender flare, really unique. You have cameras all over the place, TRD running boards, which of course you take off right away, but they look good, and for a family vehicle, it totally makes sense. Marker lights, everything is accented TRD, like literally TRD all over the place. You have black trim, black valances, big Sequoia across the back, and just the whole shape and the whole vehicle entirely is, it's just totally different, very unique. With that, I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite things about this truck, and some of them are going to be what I'm glad they did. So number 1, off the bat, Toyota brought back the rear axle. So in the last gen Sequoia, the later model years, they went total independent rear suspension. Toyota brought back the rear axle, and on top of that, on the TRD Pro models and different trim levels, you can get a rear locker. Just like a TRD Off-Road 4Runner or a TRD Pro 4Runner or Tundra, or Tacoma, you can now finally get a locker in a Sequoia. It's literally what we've all been waiting for. Next up, it's gonna be the engine, it's gonna be the motor. So you have this unbelievable twin turbo hybrid motor. I don't know the exact specs, but we're gonna put it in the video. It literally hauls. Everybody is like, oh, is the 5.7 gonna be missed? At heart, I'm a V8 guy. I'm a Toyota, like, okay, let's just go straight gas. Let's reliability, dependability. But we drove this thing, and we've driven the new LX600, and we've driven the TRD Pro Tundra twin turbo hybrid. They're amazing. They're awesome. They're fun to drive. And I'm sold for the most part. Next up on the truck, it's got to be the front end. It's got to be that Toyota incorporated some features that so many of us, off-roaders, overlanders, wish we had from the factory. So kind of as a pair, you have skid plate in the front, you have 360 cameras, and you have this big bold statement Toyota grill with an LED bar built in. You have little marker lights as well, but this grill, the marker lights up top and the light bar, sell it for me. But this truck's brand new, obviously from the ground up and in the interior, so it resembles the Tundra a lot. The creature comforts, the nav, the massive screen, the shift knob, the gauge cluster, the steering wheel, the push button start, all these buttons and accessory buttons. I mean, everything's like seriously impressive, especially for a Sequoia. The leather seats, the massive panoramic sunroof. I'm an interior guy, like a lot of us car enthusiasts are. So when you sit in it, it just feels right. It feels comfortable. You want to take it for a road trip. You want to hop in with your buddies or your family. You want to take your dogs. You want to go hit the trail. And it's comfortable and just makes sense. Now, again, we're coming from a fairly outdated Sequoia and a fairly outdated Tundra, the previous generation. So this is, it's groundbreaking. And we just hope that this translates to the new 4Runner coming out hopefully soon, and the new Tacoma, and some of the stuff Toyota's doing. But the whole interior of this truck is just, yeah, it's great. It's impressive. All right, a couple of things I wish Toyota would have done. Not necessarily number one, but it's definitely at the top of the list. I wish there were some tow hooks I wish there's just something where you could strap a tow strap onto or a winch and recover the truck without having to go underneath and attach to the frame or go towards the back hitch. Maybe they'll do it in the future. Maybe they're testing the waters a little bit, I'm not sure, but I wish that was an addition that they would have done. Next up, I really wish they'd have kept the rear window. So the old Sequoias, just like the 5th gen 4Runners, the rear window rolled down. On this one, it doesn't roll down anymore. I thought, oh, maybe the window's not gonna roll down because they transitioned to more of a tailgate like the 200 and 100 series and 80 series Land Cruisers. But no, they didn't do that either. It's okay. I mean, every other SUV performs like this. You know, they're all like that. So it's not a big deal. But there's just a little bit of that Toyota like history that kind of left with this truck. Obviously, they gained a ton. The good outweighs the couple of bad, but I wish that back window would still roll down, definitely. And last but not least, I wish they would have done a full rack support. So we know like the first thing all of us off-road people are gonna do is put like a Prinzu design or like a platform rack, and it's gonna come all the way forward, but we're gonna have to drill again, or it's gonna be really good double-sided tape. Yes, you can get a platform rack from the factory, super unique option. For most people, it's great. You can be done with that, it's perfect. It serves its purpose. You toss the tent on top, some max traction, call it a day. But for a lot of us, we want the rack to come all the way out and get all that space. And it just looks good. So that's that. That's my top 4, 5, 6, 7 favorite features and the things I wish Toyota would have done. Thanks.